Nothing like a wood fire and a coffee on a nice cold rainy day. That's what we like. Feel us relax and chill out. And relax and chill out. Let's see if any of my friends pop in or if we get any viewers. Chat rate. Chat rate. There's one chat rate. I don't see anyone chatting. I don't see any chats. What's going on? Where's all my peeps? Where's all my friends? Where's everyone? We're gonna hang out, chit chat, and just hang out. No, I'm not insane. I'm crazy. Insane would imply that that some part of me is a genius. Because did you know most insane people are actually geniuses? They're just a little bit on the evil side. So if I was to call myself insane, then I'd be implying that in some way, shape, or form, I'm a genius. I'm not really a genius. I'm just a crazy old man in the bush, just a crazy old man that lives in the forest. So did you see my Sawzall video? You see my Sawzall video up? See the Godzilla of Sawzalls? Reciprocating saws. They're pretty smooth. Smooth as butter. Like no vibration. The thing is like it's like driving a Cadillac with Cadillac suspension. It's amazing. It's simply amazing how smooth that thing is. And it's hard to believe because you know that thing is almost 5 years old, and a lot of people really think it's new. A lot of people think that is a new Sawzall. That thing's been around for a long time already. It's because it's always sold out. And whenever it goes on sale, it sells out instantaneously. Everyone in the trades, and every construction company out there, they walk into a hardware store and they see that thing and it's on sale, it's gone. Because everyone in the trades do know that thing is the bee's knees. Hop in the shower. Well, don't drown. Whatever you do, don't drown and don't drop the soap. Just don't drop the soap. Nothing worse than the embarrassment of drowning in a shower. I had a friend that drowned in a shower. Yep. He was from Michigan. We found him dead in the shower. He drowned. He drowned in the shower. Sad, very sad. Pretty embarrassing too. Oh. Got the wood stove going. It's raining outside, not snowing. It was cold enough to make it snow earlier, but it warmed up just enough to keep it from snowing. So I think we might dodge the bullet this year where I'm at. I don't think we're going to get any snow this year, which is kind of odd. Kind of odd. We always get at least 1 to 2 feet of snow for at least two weeks. But this year, nothing so far. Absolutely nothing. Kind of disappointing. But kind of good. But the rain, I just don't like the rain. The rain sucks. But if there's any questions that any of you people have, if you guys have any questions about like my videos or any tools I might possibly own or need tip for work or working on a project or building something, feel free to just ask. Just ask. Ask your questions, my friends. That's what I'm here for, and that's what the stream is for. It's for you guys to ask me questions. Ask me questions. Expand your education, broaden your horizons. Talk to me, people. What's the coolest thing I have ever built? Oh, Lord. The most recent coolest thing I've ever built is the concrete spiral staircase in the Woodwards Tower. If you go to Vancouver, British Columbia, and you go to the Woodwards Tower main lobby, there's this giant concrete spiral staircase that literally goes up to nowhere. Literally just goes to nowhere. I did the forms for that. And helped and poured it. That thing was crazy fun. Took some really good math too to figure it out. I've built high-rise towers, custom homes. Out of stacked firewood. I've done straw bale, houses that are made out of stacked straw bales and then covered with stucco or mud. I've done log, timber frame, common. I've done advanced framing. I've done cabinets, some very high-end cabinet jobs, floors. Even for a while in Calgary, I ran a office furniture installation company. And done all kinds of stuff. I've done some machining because I originally started my career off as a millwright and a machinist. Then I jumped over to construction and carpentry, and from that I went and did some diesel mechanics and automotive, and then back to construction. Yeah. Yes, snow. I don't miss the snow. I really don't miss the snow. I don't. I do not miss the snow. That's why I left Alberta. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I actually miss home. I miss home. I miss my home province. I miss Alberta. A lot of friends out there, a lot of family out there. But I live out here on an island. After finishing up the high-rise tower projects in Vancouver, I came out here to build a custom home for a famous person. And, well, I brought all my tools and equipment out here, and then I ended up getting a chunk of property, and then I priced it out, see how much it would cost to take everything back across, and it was too expensive. So I just stayed here. But someday I'll probably within the next 3 years, I'll move back home to Alberta. So, Banff. Oh, I've built some stuff in Banff. I've also repaired some stuff in the Banff Hotel. I've done a little bit of repair remodeling a long time ago in there. Banff, yeah. That place has changed a lot since the last time I was there. I had a friend that was there and took some videos, and it's a different place. It's a different place from the last time I was there. Like it's a totally different place. Like, Banff is a totally different place. Nope. Nope. Camrose, Jasper, Turtle Mountain. Turtle Mountain. When I was younger, I went out there, and that was the coolest thing when I was a kid. When I was young, went out and checked out Turtle Mountain. That was such a tragic story. All those miners, and they're sitting out there climbing on those rocks, thinking about them, just thinking about their last moments. That's horrendous. Oh, you live in the Malahat, so you're just up the hill. You got your snow tires? Because you know you ain't supposed to be on the Malahat without your snow tires. They'll really ticket you now. The fine is up to $600 for no snow tires now. It's getting ridiculous. They really want to rob us blind. Do you remember when that septic truck flipped on the Malahat there? That was nasty. When that septic truck flipped on the Malahat, that was just nasty. Yes, Douglas, it's raining. That's part of living in a rainforest on the wet coast. We call it the wet coast, not the west coast. It's the wet coast. But I'm actually shocked that we haven't gotten any snow this year. We haven't gotten any snow down here. It's kind of concerning, but kind of good. No, someday I'll move back home to Alberta. Someday I'll go back home to Alberta. I got property out there that family lives on. That's the family live on. I don't have to worry about having a home. I have a home. Yeah, no braking allowed. I love it. When you're going down the hill, you got to be at 60, then 60 through the park. But no one ever wants to do 60 through the park, man. No, you don't get to see speeds over 100 till you get past Nanaimo. Second you get past Nanaimo, you got that nice stretch of road that looks like Albertan Highway, and it feels like Albertan Highway, and it's got Albertan speeds. 110. When I first moved out here and I went up island to Port Alberni, then Port Renfrew, and like Port Alberni and all that, I remember getting on that stretch of there, and it's like, I'm like looking, hey look, this looks like Alberta, except for there's water over there. It looked like Alberta, it felt like Alberta, and speed limit's 110. I loved it. Grower cider, I've never had it. I'm not a drinker. I quit drinking when I was 30 years old, or 31. I'm 62 now. 62. It's been a long time. I haven't had a sip of alcohol since. I drink coffee. I'm trying to quit smoking. I've got my Nicorettes. Every now and then I'll have a cigarette, but when I can, I use my Nicorettes, my gum, which is up in one of my drawers here. It's got packs of gum everywhere. I'm trying to quit smoking. My heart can't take it anymore. I gotta be careful with my heart. I gotta drink decaf coffee now. I can't drink caffeinated stuff because of my heart. Well, the old ticker's starting to feel it. So, well, if I want to live to see the end of the world, I better start taking better care of myself. That's what it comes down to. Hey Dan, how you doing? Smoking's a hard one. Smoking's a real hard one to quit. Mostly when it's more psychological for you than it is addiction. Yeah, well, just killing time, hanging out in the tool shed. Thought I'd pop in, see if people had any questions, needed help with a project, working on a project, wanted to share anything. Just hang out and chit chat. That's all I wanted to do today. Just hang out and chit chat. Ain't really got a whole lot of anything to show because I was gonna do the final part 4 of the workbench build, but it's raining. And the wood that I got is all outside. And I don't want to go outside. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm just hiding in here with my wood stove, staying nice and warm, looking at my tools, contemplating the next big project I'm going to build. I think I'm going to do another router table jig, a different kind of router table jig. I think I'm going to do a couple more router jigs, and I'm going to make another router table, but it's a horizontal router table. Not a vertical, it's a horizontal. And then we're going to use those jigs to make some cabinets, a couple cabinets. I'm going to show you how I like to do cabinets. I'm not doing dado. I use a dovetail dado. When I'm putting my cabinets together, on the top and the bottom, I use a dovetail profile to put my pieces together. So it holds better, holds stronger, a little bit glue, no nails needed, nothing needed. But I actually use a dovetail detail when I build my cabinets. That's one thing that I do different than a lot of people. I use the dovetail profile on a lot of stuff. Got a Delta belt vest in the marketplace. Ooh, $50. That's a good deal. Those are very handy. Very handy. You can use them for sharpening blades, sharpening tools. Like, for woodwork, I never really used it a whole lot for woodwork, but I used it a lot for metalwork. Working with metal, fabrication, and stuff like that. I used it a lot for that, and I'd have some pretty fine sandpaper on them. Came in really handy for stuff like that. Never really used it much on wood, but $50, that's a hell of a good deal. That's sweet. That's a good deal. Score, my friends, score. That is a total score. Good find, good find. We grow weed in the mountains. That's one thing that I've never done. I've never done drugs. I've never used marijuana or anything like that. Cigarettes, alcohol, coffee. That was my thing. I never got into weed or marijuana because I got sprayed by a skunk when I was a kid. I got sprayed really bad. My grandma tortured me. My grandmother on the farm, she took me into the old farm bathtub, cold water and tomato juice bath, and she almost scrubbed the skin off my body to get the smell off me. But ever since that, my brother started smoking weed, and I'd smell it, and it made me think of that skunk. It just totally deterred me from it. It was like, man, that's nasty. Like, how can you smoke that? You're smoking a skunk's ass. That's what it smells like. Like, it just never, Never got into that. Both. I'm going to do upper and bottom. I'm going to build a small set for upper and bottom because late spring, I'm going to try to set up a couple cameras. I'm trying to get some wireless cameras. I'm going to try to set up a couple cameras on a job site. I'm doing another custom home, start to finish, but the customer is overseas. There is no rush. This is why I'm gonna do this. Use that house. It's like a whole house, foundation to finish. I'm gonna build the foundation, frame the house, do the siding. The only things I'm not gonna do are the electrical, drywall, painting, and mechanical. Everything else I'm going to do myself. I'm gonna build the cabinets from scratch on site. I'm gonna, like, everything, all the built-ins, everything. Like, so late spring we're gonna go and do that. We're gonna do a nice house. It's not a huge house. It's a simple but unique house, and he wants it energy efficient. So we're gonna use some very advanced modern building systems on it, which is gonna be kind of exciting. So that's something to look forward late spring, doing a whole custom house. But the nice thing is he's not going to be here for another year and a half. He's not going to be back here for another year and a half. So he said, I literally have a year and a half to finish it. So if I want to film it, film it. He's like, he doesn't want it rushed. He wants it done right. He wants it flawless. He wants quality. He doesn't want it done overnight. He doesn't want to fly by night. He wants quality. I'll probably have have it done within 6 months, because the size of it, the whole entire thing will probably be done in 6 months. But that's the thing, because I don't have to rush, and since I don't have to rush, that means I have time to set up cameras. I have time to film it. I have time to stop and explain stuff to you. Like, that's why I don't have a lot of videos of the jobs that I work on, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time to stop and make videos and film stuff. I gotta get it done. I gotta make my money, and I gotta keep the customers happy. So that's something to look forward to. But until then, we're gonna work on some small stuff. We're gonna build some cabinets, some shelves, a couple pieces of furniture. We're gonna make a lot of jigs. I'm going to teach people how to use basic tools to build some pretty good quality stuff. Just using basic tools like a circular saw, a jigsaw, a drywall square, a speed square, a frame, and some hand tools, and that's it. You can build some really high quality stuff using that if you know what you're doing, and it's a good way to get used to using stuff too. It's just a really good way to get used to using tools. So. But I want to educate people this year. I want to teach. I want to do a lot more teaching this year. I want to be more active and proactive in the community and on YouTube. I want to try to give as much knowledge as I can. I'm going to share a lot of math tricks and math with you guys that will make the job faster and easier. Like, save you time on layout, saves time on building and stuff like that, and configuring and that. Help you with build plans, like designing and planning and that. But I got plans, so I got some pretty good plans for this year. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell, pretty much. The nice thing is you're going to learn how I joint my cabinets and how I join all my panels. I don't use I don't use mortise and tenon. I don't do dado. I use a dovetail joint. I use a dovetail tenon. It's pretty much it's like doing a dado, but instead of using a dado, I'm using a dovetail. I'm using a dovetail bit, and the jig that I'm going to teach you guys how to make, the horizontal router, helps you make the tongue to go into it. So it's going to be interesting. You guys are going to learn some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to do my best to give as much knowledge to you guys as I can before I'm gone. So, none of that. Got some new tools coming eventually down the road. Got some exciting. This year's going to be a good year. It's going to be an exciting year. So, yeah. Anyways. Talk to me, people. Tell me a little bit more about you guys. Share your guys, what you guys want. Ask me questions. Okay. Well, congratulations, Dan. See, that's the thing. when you're sober and you're not drinking, all that money that you spent on booze and drinking, you can spend on tools and wood. You spend that money on tools and wood, and you build stuff. You know, sometimes you can sell that stuff and make money. Make more money than what you spent. Or you can just have fun. Like that's the bonus about quitting. So like that's the thing. When I quit smoking, that's gonna be like another like $200 a month that I'm not spending. $200-300 a month that I'm not spending. That's money I can spend on tools and wood. Tools, wood, and metal. No. Well, I'm going to do my best. I'm an old man. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not a professional video guy. I'm a tradesman. My whole entire life, that's what I've been. I'm no one special. I'm no one famous. I'm no one. I'm a plain Jane, everyday, simple guy that's just done a lot of crap and built a lot of crap. And I know how to do a lot of crap. So I want to teach people a lot of crap. But nothing fancy about me. I'm not I'm not a videographer, so my videos are going to be the quality that they are. They're not going to be like studio quality. I'm not going to have a camera crew. I don't have the budget for that stuff. I can't spend thousands of dollars like all these other channels and have a cameraman following me around. And my zipper's undone. No. Good thing I've got jogging pants on underneath. That could have been embarrassing. But yeah. I don't know. It's going to be what it is. I'm going to do my best. I'm not always good with words. I'm not always well spoken. Sometimes I stumble or stammer. I'm not perfect. I'm old. So you got to take that into mind. Sometimes my brain goes a little wish-washy, and I sometimes kind of get lost in what I'm doing. And concrete countertops. Everyone wants to try the concrete countertops, but I'm going to be honest, it's horrible. It's horrible. It looks nice at first, but over time it starts to really not look nice, and you got to reseal it. You got to reseal it every year. Like, people think that's a one-time, just go over and seal it. Concrete is porous. Concrete is not waterproof. Concrete is not, it's not solid. It's porous. It's porous. And you can seal it, but that sealing that you put on, because of the constant wear and tear on the countertop, eventually breaks down and flakes off. And moisture gets into it, and it looks nice. But if you want it and you like it, do it. But I myself, I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it because it's not very hygienic. It's not very hygienic because after that sealant starts to fail, bacteria gets into that concrete. And do you know what loves concrete? Mold. Mold will eat and break down concrete like horrible. Like, that's the biggest part about concrete countertops. It's the bacteria and the mold eventually get into it, saturate into it, goes in deep, will start breaking it down. Like, you got to be OCD with it, constantly cleaning it and sealing it every year. Like, you got to be safe with that stuff. But it's up to you. It's your house. You do what you want to do. It looks nice. It looks cool. But I personally, I just wouldn't recommend it. That's just my opinion, my view. Yeah. Cabinets really aren't that hard. And like, I build a lot of my cabinets on site. A lot of cabinets that I build on site in the house. Like, I build them on site. Because to me, that's just easier. It's just easier for me to get the wood, go in, and build my cabinets. And I don't build, my cabinets do not have kicks. They're just boxes, because I build a 2x4 base that is perfectly level and square. And I use French cleats to hang my uppers, and I use French cleats to attach the lowers to the wall. That's another little thing that I do that's different than a lot of people. I use French cleats for installing my cabinets. On the lower cabinets, I'll put a French cleat to mount to hook it on. So that way, all I have to do is just put 2 screws in each cabinet in the bottom. I don't have to put anything on top. Same with the uppers. I can get them hung up there, and I only need 1 screw in the corner of each cabinet to keep them from moving and coming off. That's screw holes that you don't have to fill. Cleaner, nicer, more secure. You don't have to worry about finding a stud, lining up on a stud, or having backing. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. French cleats are just nice. But yeah, cabinets really aren't that hard. And I'm going to teach you guys this year how I build cabinets. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I've built cabinets for a long time. And I learned how to build cabinets from my father and my grandfather. Mostly my grandfather, who also taught my Auntie Edie. My Auntie Edie used to build log homes. She used to own one of North America's largest log home manufacturers. Before she passed away, and that was a long time ago. That old lady was great. She taught me everything I know about log homes and timber frame. How she learned it, where she learned it, but she was good at it, and she was tough, man. But she also wasn't the prettiest girl. She was a very tomboyish girl, but she was tough. She gave her brothers a run for their money. Pretty impressive. And I got my Uncle John, who's a welder fabricator. Uncle Paul, who's a welder fabricator machinist. My father, he's a heavy-duty diesel mechanic and engineer. My grandfather was an everything man. You know, a lot of trades in my family. I got lucky. I grew up learning a lot of stuff, and then my dad's friends, all my dad's business friends and that, they were all in the trades, and I used to go to work with my dad all the time. Even after school, I'd go down to the shop and stuff like that on the weekends, and I got to grow up with some very smart guys when I was younger that built stuff, fixed stuff. You know, I got to learn a lot of stuff. And then even when I grew up, I got to work with Robert Maynard, who was a lead hand on the Blue Nose 2 restoration, first Blue Nose 2 restoration. Jim Perman, who's kind of a Canadian legend in custom home building. I've known Jay Westman and his son for all eternity, for Jamin Homes, BD Homes, Artec Homes. I've gotten to know a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I've got a lot of knowledge. So I hope I have enough time in my life. I hope I have enough time left in my life, and that the good Lord keeps me alive long enough to teach you guys everything that I know. That's what I hope. I just hope the good Lord keeps me alive long enough to teach you guys everything I know. That's the goal. After I'm done teaching you guys everything I know, then the good Lord can have me. But until then, He's got to leave me here. He's got to keep me here. So. Yeah. Do 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 do. How long have I been on? I've only been on for half an hour. Jesus, it feels so much longer. Feels like I've been on so much longer. A lot of grandpas built their own house, because that's just how it was in the good old days. That was how it was. In the old days, Dad or Grandpa would be out there building the house. Build you a playhouse out of the scraps and leftovers to keep you busy and out of the way so you don't get hurt. Ah, good old days. Yeah. So how many of you guys have watched any of my videos so far? What about my jigs? You guys like my jigs that I've been building? My tapering jig, the rotor jig, got a couple other jigs coming up. Slowly creating, slowly having fun. And I also got it for a friend. I gotta make a video on building ramps, figuring out the math for ramps, angle for ramps, and trajectory for ramps. So I gotta make a video of that for my friend. I got a friend that wants to know a little bit more about making ramps. So I gotta remember to do that. That's the thing, is I'm old. I've got dementia. I don't remember everything all right away. I remember it later. So, you know, that's the other fun part about me. My brain's there, but it's not there all the time. So, no. Ah. Yeah. Oh, fun times, fun times, fun times. Do-do-do-do-do-do. My tool pouch is so heavy it took 4 screws to hold the weight of it. It's hanging back here. 4 screws, 4-inch screws to hold the weight of it. I should have just put a lag bolt in, but I didn't want to waste a lag bolt. Screws are cheaper. Lag bolts are getting expensive. God damn, are lag bolts getting expensive. Everything's getting expensive. Yeah. Feel free, ask me questions. If there's anything you want to see, a tool that I might own. I own lots of tools, so I might own it. Yeah. And rule 1 of woodworking: glue. Always use the right glue. There's not just one type of glue. There's not just one type of glue. There's a couple different types of glue. So always use the right glue. But the thing is, though, is always use glue. Always use glue. Glue is sometimes stronger than the nail or the screw that you use to put it together. But glue also is that peace of mind. Oh, you missed everything, huh? You missed all the fun. I wrestled Bigfoot, a Sasquatch, just ran into the tent. I wrestled him to the ground. I beat the heck out of him, chased him out. And then a coyote came in and tried to chew my leg off. You missed everything, huh? You missed all the exciting stuff. No, you didn't miss anything, huh? You just missed an old man rambling on, talking with people. That's it. You didn't miss anything, nothing important. Fun time. My life story. I could write a series of novels. I could write a small series of novels on the stuff that I've done. Because that's the thing, is I remember every detail that I've done, everything that I've done. I haven't done much any more than anyone else does. The only thing is I just remember everything. I just remember everything. That's why sometimes it seems like I've done it all and that, but I really haven't done that much more than anyone else has. It's I remembered it. And I like talking about it. I like sharing it. I don't, that's the thing. A lot of people, they just forget a lot of the stuff that they did in their lives. Oh, I gotta finish building that workbench, and I gotta bring my drill press in here, get my Delta drill press in here. And try to get a couple more of my bench tools set up out here. And then I'm gonna try to find a nice big open space to set up one of my bigger Craftsman cast iron table saws. Might have to put an extension on the tool shed for that. Might have to build an extension just so I have room for the big table saw. Because I hate having to go all the way out to the other shop to use it. The bandsaw, I gotta bring the bandsaw out here. I got a lot of stuff that I gotta bring out. The drill press, the bandsaw, the cast iron table saw. Jeez. It's everything. Got a lot of stuff to bring up. Welder? Where? There's no welder behind me. You talking about this thing? That's a Bosch vacuum. That's a Bosch filter. That's the Bosch filter. Nope, the welder's in the bus. All my welding equipment is in the bus. All my welding equipment is in the bus. The red. This thing. This is a toolbox. This is a diesel heater. This is a toolbox. That's a vacuum. This is a box of screws. It's a driver bits. Nope, all my welding equipment's in the bus. That's diesel here. All my welding equipment's in the bus. I got a Lincoln 180 MIG weld. I've got an ESAB 210i multi-process. And that pretty much does everything. Then I got my plasma cutter, my 50 amp plasma cutter with built-in compressor. That thing wasn't cheap. That Hobart was not cheap, but it's got its own compressor. I don't need to hook up an air hose. I just plug her in and go. That's what I like about it. It's like I don't want to have to carry around an air hose to cut. Like, all plasma cutters should have a built-in air compressor. Really, it's not that hard. It's not that much more expensive. Every plasma cutter should have its own built-in self-regulated air compressor and air dryer. It's not that hard. It's not that expensive. It's simple. And you don't have to carry around friggin' all these goddamn compressors and that to run it and that. Easy. Right. That's about it. So. Yeah. Well, that's about it. But I still got my old oxyacetylene torch, but I don't really use it much anymore. I don't use it much anymore. I don't. Stoking the fire. I want some more wood in the fire. Who's that? Icy Ice Boy. What's up, little guy? Little guy? Where? I don't see a little guy. I don't see a little guy. Oh, I see a plump old man, a semi plump old man. Well, he's on the screen there. I see him. He's right there. I see you, crazy plump old man. You're a little bit of a round belly. It's a little round. Not very round, but it's a little round. Oh. Exciting times. Exciting times. Who makes the diesel heater? That one is Sunster. It's a $130 Canadian, $89 US. And it's actually really good. It's actually pretty decent. This one, I ran it continuously for 1,800 hours, constant. 1,800 constant at the temperature setting 6. Temperature setting 6, constant. And that's how long it took till the filter started actually gumming up. And it's not that hard to change the filters on them. So I took it, did the filter. I've got the other one that I got. I got I got a $250 one. I can't remember the name of it. That's heating the motorhome. That one heats the motorhome. It's more efficient. It's a lot more fuel efficient. It burns a lot cleaner. It burns hotter. It was worth the price. It was worth the $250, but it's for the price. These Sunsters are really awesome. I'd actually say the Sunster is better than the Beaver. Like, I would buy a Sunster over a Beaver any day because this thing it's reliable. It's reliable. It's not a piece of crap like the Beaver. The Beaver is cheap Chinese. This is decent Chinese. Decent Chinese. Beaver's cheap Chinese. And then I got another one that is Vietnamese. The other one that I got is Vietnamese. So it's a little bit higher quality. Yeah. The diesel heaters are actually quite a way to go, but don't burn oil in them. Do not run oil into them. That screws up the filters, makes a god-awful mess. Every 150 hours, you've got to tear it apart and clean it up. Do not run oil in them. Do not ever run oil in them. Do not run the exhaust through a radiator. Don't try to salvage the heat off the exhaust. Don't do that. That makes them less efficient. Also can create a whole world of other troubles. So let the exhaust flow free. The shorter the exhaust, the better. The better burn you have, the cleaner burn you have. Overall performance better, runtime, efficiency more better. Like if you want, make yourself a radiator out of copper pipe, or even ductwork, even aluminum ductwork. Make a radiator out of that and run your air through it, because these heaters will get that aluminum ductwork to about 200 degrees in temperature, 250 degrees. So it will radiate heat off that ductwork. That's what I got in the motorhome. I took some ductwork, I put it up against the wall, and I made a little accordion shape out of it. And then I have a little spigot that comes out, so it blows to the back, but I created a little radiator. So that actually radiates off heat from the heater, so it's blowing air through it, it's blowing the hot air through it, but it's warming up that aluminum ductwork, that aluminum dryer vent stuff, and it just basically, it's way more efficient. It works great. I love it. So, yeah. But diesel heaters are a good way to go. Mostly if you're off-grid like me. I live off-grid. I'm all solar power. I do not have power poles coming here. I don't have telephone lines coming here. My internet is through Starlink. I got Starlink internet. My water comes from a spring in the rain. All my water that I drink comes from a spring in the rain. And my power is all solar. I produce enough power, enough solar power to power everything that I run, including power tools, my big table saws, my drill presses, all of that. I've got 60,000 watts. That's 60 kilowatts of solar out here. Oh yeah, he was. No. But Caleb also got to see the secret that Metabo is holding. I can't really talk about it because, well, I'm kind of on contract with it. He's on contract with it. Everyone that went to that Rona home show is on contract with it. But Metabo HPT later this year, and all of their tools are going to be available at Lowe's. They're going to be available at Atlas here in Canada. They'll all be available at KMS, Canadian Tire, Rona. There's a whole bunch of brick and mortar shops, small independents that are going to be carrying all their lines. They're going to be readily available, but they've got a crap load of new tools that are so advanced, so powerful, so well designed, so lightweight. They're going to make everyone look like they're making tools in the Stone Age. Their new tools make Milwaukee, all the brand new stuff that Milwaukee made, look like it was made in the 1960s. It makes it look old and archaic. They make Bosch, even all Bosch brand new stuff, it makes it look old and archaic. Their new technology, their new tools, and they're all going to be available. Their new line of tools is going to blow everyone's mind. And they are literally going to hands down become the best tool manufacturer in the world if they keep building the way that they're building. These new tools that they have coming later on this year are going to blow everyone's minds. Everyone's minds. And I had a little bit to do with a couple of them. A couple of the new tools that they've been made, nailers, I played a little bit of a role in that. In those being in them being designed. So, because I made a Frankenstein. I made a Frankenstein nail gun. I put it in a box. I mailed it to them, and I said, "Make this," and they did. And they made it better than what I did. Oh, it's beautiful. So yeah, no, Metabo HPT, Haikaki, coming up later this year. They're gonna blow your minds. They're going to blow everyone's minds. They're going to make every other brand look like it's archaic, old, out of date, underpowered, underperforming. Going to make Milwaukee look like you're using a friggin' Ryobi. That's the thing. It's like the new Metabo HP2 tools are going to make Milwaukee look like Ryobi. They're going to dog walk everyone. They're coming out all hands blazing. But the thing is, though, is you notice they're a company that they don't release new tools every year. They don't just rush tools out. They don't rush them out. They're not coming out with new tools every year. Not even every 2 years. They take their time. They do their research. They do their engineering. They don't rush. They were the first to introduce air spring and nitrogen and air cylinder nailers. Everyone else copied them. Duplex nailer. They were the first one with duplex nailer. First with a metal connector nailer. First one with a 7/16 16 gauge stapler. They were the first, and everyone else copied them. Everyone else has just been copying them and improving what they had. But their new stuff is the new stuff that they have coming out. It's literally 5 years in the making. All their new tools is 5 years engineering, 5 years in the making. They're not like Milwaukee. We got to make and engineer this new tool for this next year. We got to have new tools next year. We got to have new tools every year. Every year we got to come up with a new tool and make everyone feel like they're idiots because they don't have it. We need everyone to just spend money, spend money, spend money. Metabo HPT wants to build tools for life. They want to build tools that are for life. They want to keep up the old Hitachi reputation. They want to keep up the old Hitachi reputation of being a quality premium tool that you buy once and that you don't have to upgrade, that you don't have to replace. They want to build good tools. Like even their old nailers, they don't need to be replaced. They do the job just as good, if not better than anyone else. They don't need to be replaced, but no, they're coming out with new ones. But it's 5 years in the making. 5 years of engineering, R&D, research, and testing new technologies and that. They don't rush stuff. That's what I like about Metabo HPT High Coffee. They don't rush. They're not in a panic to put out new tools every year, because they're not about trying to sell you a new tool every year. They don't want to sell you a new tool every year. They want to sell you a tool that is high quality, professional quality, a tool that's going to last you a lifetime. They're building on a reputation that has existed since the friggin' 50s with Hitachi. And yes, they're keeping the 36 volt. They're keeping 36 volt. They're keeping the 18 volt. They also have another platform, but it's still going to use the same batteries. They're not going to have any new voltages. Their batteries are going to be that. They've got some new tabless batteries. They've got a whole line of tabless batteries that'll be coming out probably closer to Christmas. But they've got all kinds of stuff coming out. They're going to blow everyone's minds. They're going to make, like I said, they're going to dog walk everyone this year with what they have. They're going to dog walk everyone. They're just going to spank. Like, they're the sleeping giant. They are the sleeping giant. That's the thing, is anyone that's ever used Metabo HPT tools know that they are a professional tool. They're high quality, they're durable, they're strong, they're reliable. And not only that, in most cases, they're affordable. They're affordable. Mostly when they're on sale. Like all these clearance sales right now, best time to buy them. And they're a brand that's not going anywhere. They're actually a brand that's coming back to North America with vengeance, like literally vengeance. They've got, just in North America alone, 26,000 vendors between Canada and the US. 26,000 guaranteed vendors. Small shops, mom and pop shops, online shops, Rona, Lowe's, Canadian Tire, like so many vendors. They're going to be readily available all across North America. They're coming out. Oh, they got a new one coming out. They got two. They got two new ones coming out. They got two. But no, they got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like the rear handle, it's not the most powerful one, but it's strong enough. It's powerful enough to get everything done. It might be 2-3 seconds slower than Milwaukee. It might be 2-3 seconds slower than DeWalt, but it's the lightest one out of them all. It's light, it's compact, it's comfortable, it's ergonomic. It's IP rated. You can use it in the rain, you can use it in the snow, you can use it under the friggin' water if you want. I'm not worried about it. It's got a lifetime warranty. And it's a premium tool. It's a nice tool. Who cares if it's 2 or 3 seconds slower than everyone else? It's got enough power to do the job, every job that you throw at it. It's beautiful. I got it. I use it. I love it. I love it more than the Milwaukee. I've got the Milwaukee Gen 1. I hate that thing. That thing's friggin' heavier than shit. And it's not that much more powerful. The Gen 2, it's powerful, but it's not quality. It's not quality. The Gen 2 Milwaukee is not quality. It's very Fisher Price. It's poorly built, cheaply built, second-grade materials, poor quality electronics. They're already failing. Like Milwaukee is going downhill in quality. Plain and simple. They have more returns and more warranties this year than any other brand. They're beating every brand in tools that need to be warranted and repaired. They're beating every brand in tools that have recalls. Like, that says a lot about Milwaukee. They got the most recalls out of any brand. Right now they have the most warranties out of every brand. They have the most failures, premature tool failures out of every brand. I'm not interested in buying Milwaukee anymore. Like, I myself, I'm going 100% Metabo HPT, and I'm going and Bosch. Those are my two primary brands. Then for my third brand, my alternative tool brand for the tools that I don't use every day, I don't need to spend a lot of money. It's not Rigid, it's Einhell. I'm investing in Einhell because Einhell is lower price, same quality, great selection, great performance, affordable batteries. I've been very happy with iNow. Very happy with iNow. I've got their I got their little 36 volt table saw coming. It's pretty powerful. I played with it. I used it. I liked it so much that I thought I'd order one just to show everyone. They've got a whole bunch of new. iNow's got a whole bunch of new tools that are coming out later this year too. They're releasing some new stuff, so that's going to be cool. But those are the brands I use. So yeah, there you go. There's my tool rant and my Metabo rant. But yeah, Metabo is going to change the tool industry this year. They're going to set precedents. They're going to become the king. They're coming with vengeance. They're coming with force. They're coming in hard, and they're going to blow everyone away. And they've got some world firsts. They got some tools that are world first. No one's ever done it. No one's ever thought about doing it. No one's been able to do it. So, yeah. But anyways, it has been an hour. And because the algorithm and the AI doesn't like it when you go over an hour, it's time for me to say goodbye, good night to you all. Thank you everyone for being here. Every single one of you that's been here, participated, watched, chatted. I appreciate you guys. You are the reason why I'm here. I am here because of you. Like that's the thing. You're my community, you're my fans, you're my followers. You're my friends. You're my family. So, I appreciate you guys so much, it's not funny. Without you, I'd have no reason to be here. So, on that note, you guys have a great night. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. Ciao, bambinos!